Good evening and welcome to my live stream. I'm Bob Pace with Vincent W. Davis Associates. It's been a long time since I've been on. I have been doing these shows for over a couple of years, twice a day. But I've come back to do more shows for you and to help you with your child protection services problems. No problem is too hard to solve. And I really care about every one of you. I've missed you guys for months now. I know I heard, but one of my clients has won his case and gotten his daughter back. Vincent Davis did a great job defending him and got his daughter back. And that was David Halago, who was in Santa Maria, had a case in Santa Barbara. And I look so forward to starting the show again. Now, I'm going to be on daily instead of twice a day. I'm going to be 3 times a day. My show times are going to be 8 in the morning, a.m., that's Pacific Standard Time, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time, and again at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, we're on the West Coast, so if you're in the East Coast, you're 3 hours ahead of me. In England, you're 8 hours ahead of me. And in Europe, you're 9 hours ahead of me. Same as goes for South Africa. I've had many people from around the world contact me. So this is actually a worldwide live stream about your child protection case. It's very similar in other countries. And I'm here to help you. And I say that, I see that we have 2 people in the room, and that is great. That is great. Now, my phone number is not active yet. They're still trying to work on it. So I won't be able to take any calls. You can try the call in, but I don't think they'll go to my phone. We have Vonage here at the company, but unless I have my password, I can't speak to you. But tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have my password. Hopefully, I'll have my password. And the office is 888-6582. And I do want to help you. And I know Vincent Davis would like to hear from you too to help you. Child protection system is a bad thing. And I'm honestly saying that because I too was a victim. It happened to me in 2015, the year 2015. And I had unfortunately crossed paths with them. And it started out as a slow process. And I met with them outside. The things that I learned, I wish I knew back then because I've never had my children taken. They are so vindictive and they are liars and they cheat. I've talked to CPS workers who come on my show. I've talked to people that take care of children. They're supposed to be taking care of children with not their interests first, but it's completely different. I've spoken to some beautiful people around the country. Besides David, I've spoken to Christina Reynoso in Las Vegas, and she too has had a lot of issues with CPS. And so if you want to post a comment, go ahead and type in a comment. I'll try to answer it for you with not availability of the phone. But anyway, my show starts at 7. It looks like I'm about 2 minutes early. I'll end it sharply at 8 o'clock. Now, I'm broadcasting live from Surf City, USA. It's about 3 blocks from the beach. And so my background's a little different, but I'm in a room where I have my privacy and good lighting. So hopefully you can see me, so forth. Now, you're probably wondering, I'm forever young, but I am old. And I don't consider myself old, but I'm at the age of 76 now. And this happened to me 15 years ago. And out of it, my family was completely taken apart and gone through all kinds of problems. My children that were returned to me have come with a lot of problems. One of my children that was not returned was convinced to divorce her parents at age 12. She is now 20. She now is 22 years old, and she's on her own. I guess she's doing okay. I hear from her brothers who just left me or left our home, my wife and home, back in October of last year. My two youngest children are on their own. One's in college and one is working. He just recently got married too. So there's a lot of changes in my life with my children. I have six children, ages in the 40s. I have two that are in the 30s, and then three in the 20s. And I love them dearly. You know, one thing is hard when families are broken apart. When you hear a knock at the door, you want to never answer it. And that's something you should be constantly practicing. Too many people are killed by opening the door. Too many people are kidnapped. Too many people are not safe. When you hear a knock at the door, you got to make sure who it is. And an easy way to do it is to tell your family or friends to follow with your friends a special knock or a special ring at the door. I do not answer the door even today. You never know who it is. It could be a salesman, someone trying to promote something, or it could be someone trying to take money from you or case your place. We live in a very dangerous world, no matter where you are. You know, it used to be around the United States, there was safe pockets, but it's not safe anymore. Whether you're in Minnesota, Idaho, Washington, or in downtown LA, it isn't safe. And so you have to practice heads up. And that's what I can do for you. I have a lot of life skills that I can talk about that can help you. Things that I've learned over the past, I've worked for 61 years. I have 61 years of working experience. I'm college educated, and my background is well diverse, from a marine animal trainer to a civil engineer, from a restaurant manager to an ocean lifeguard. I have learned it all. I have a lot of extensive programs. I've given my time to the Scouts of America, and also to surfing organizations around the world, and also to the American Red Cross. Over 50 years to all three of those. And with surfing, I can start when I first started to surf. I was 7 years old on the island of Guam, and I'm one of the first people to surf that island. I don't know I'm the very first, but one of the first, because in 1956, there were no surf shops. I did not see any surfers. I went to breaks that I thought were good for surfing, and I used a Tom Blake paddleboard that I checked out of special service. My dad would help load on the Jeep and take down to the beaches to surf upon. When I came back to the United States, at Dana Point, I met Hobie Alter, owner of Hobie Surfboards. And I've known him over the years. He's passed away, but he sold me my first fiberglass surfboard. And so I started surfing locally in Huntington Beach, then around the world. So I have extensive background of traveling. And so I have that background. Now, you're probably asking yourself a question about this live stream. Well, I'm going to be on 3 times a day at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 days a week. So that is a show. That's 21 shows a week. 21 shows a week, and hopefully I'll answer your concerns. I also have a number that you can call in. My Vonage account has not been activated or reactivated again, but they are working on it. But the number you can call in, you can get help. If you're interested in an attorney in child protection, Vincent Davis is your man. Now, he has a lot of experience, and he's been fighting CPS for a long time. Not only that, he's also background trained and well educated as a lawyer. And he's a trial lawyer, meaning he can do trials. And he as also can do civil lawsuits, especially when they've done you wrong. He can help you do a lawsuit to get monetary damages for wrongs that they did. And it's sad. It's sad. The first guy at the beginning of the show I mentioned, David Halago, is a young father who is not married that had a daughter living with him. Some family members coached the daughter to make allegations against him, wrongful allegations. And his daughter was coerced into believing them and went against him. But Vincent, after 8 months at trial, had won the case and got the daughter returned to him. So I know it does work. He helped me get my 2 boys back. My daughter was a different story. You see, I did not realize that a child of 12 can divorce his parents, especially for no reason at all. They can do that. That's the law in California. It may be different in other states. I do know about a lot of the laws. I know about the Indian Welfare Child Act of 1979. ICWA is its short name. That's where they've been taking Indian children since the 1890s from reservations to cut their hair, to educate them in private school, and never return their families. It took almost 200 years for the rights of children of Indian family, indigenous families, to be recognized. And so these indigenous families are now getting their children back. What it does is that if they are registered Indian, and that means one of the federal recognized tribes, there's over 550 federally recognized tribes. If they're federally recognized, then the tribe, they can be turned over to the tribe, and the tribe will help get the child problems solved. There's 2 types of allegations. There's physical abuse, which can be also mental abuse too. Physical is where harm is done to the child, such as excessive punishment, angry by throwing a child against the wall, especially an infant. That's physical abuse. Now, the other kind of abuse is the abuse of neglect. When a child is neglected from no feeding, you see, it's very important that a child is provided shelter, food, education, and transportation, and help to grow up. But a lot of parents sometimes don't feed their children. Sometimes they will starve their children or do unnecessary discipline. There was a girl in Tennessee, Richmond, Tennessee, named Faye. And Faye would be tortured by caregivers by staying on sharp rocks. She was abused in her teenage years, and she was trafficked. She has made it, and she's told her story on my show. And I hope someday they have her back. She has a new home in Tennessee, and she's making ends meet. Now, the purpose of the show is to promote of how to get your child back and how to save your child. Vincent is a tool, a very valuable tool. And you need a lawyer if you go to court. You need a lawyer because the court is bad. So is the Child Protection Agency. So is the Child Protection Agency. And so, hold on one second. Let me check my notes here. So, what I'm trying to do is to help you get an attorney that will really fight for your case, and that gentleman is Vincent W. Davis, and he's very good at what he does. And I can cite cases and firsthand experience because he was my attorney and he got my kids back. Also, I'm here to help you with your CPS case. Any question you ask, whether it's about Indigenous children or whether it's about your own children that were kidnapped or hurt or damaged or false allegations. There are numerous false allegations all the time with CPS. I know it firsthand. I sincerely want you all to listen up because you don't have the money or the time to fight them. I'm still, after 15 years, trying to help other people. Even though I was not on for several months, I had a group of people that still contacted me personally, and I helped them. I helped them. There are people that go to Washington, D.C. and to their Sacramento, California to fight. North Carolina, I have a group of good people, North Carolina. There are many states that I've gathered. And so as I get on with the show, and the more I remember what I was talking about, the more I'll help you. Because I learned from you all about your cases. Not only is there child protection service involved, there's another facet called adult protection services. That's where elder people are abused, and it happens. I've had several people on my show that mentioned that their father was being abused and what you can do about it. Child protection services and adult protection services are supposed to help protect our elderly people and help our children. But I'm afraid that it's very, very corrupt. Now, the court proceedings will take time. Initially, there's the contact, which is usually the knock at the door. That should be your heads up to contact attorney, because if I had contacted my attorney in the beginning, I would never have lost my home or had my children taken from me. I lost my home. I lost the ability to get a real job. My background involved with CPS has hurt me from getting other kinds of jobs, even low paying jobs. Why? Because once you're involved in CPS, you have a bad record and nobody wants to talk or hire someone with a bad record. And, I've been trying for 15 years to still help others and to find, work in my field. But it's harder as you get older. And I'm so happy that I'm able to work for Vincent because he will come on my show. He has his own show and he will help other people. We have a show on Facebook and we have several links there in Facebook. And then we have several links on YouTube. So those are the two places that we use to it. Now, I'm broadcasting live on StreamYard, which is the access to the YouTube and the Facebook. And I have my own room where I could help you. I'm trying to find out where everything is because I don't see it anymore. But I used to have a column where I could post things. And I see my notes. Okay. I am trying to find out. Okay. All right. I somehow have lost my show here. Let me try. There it is. I got my show back. There's changed the format of StreamYard, so I'm learning as I go. So I apologize for any confusions. I apologize for any confusions. Now, I hope people are listening, and this is being recorded, so it gets to play again. So if you miss anything, you get to hear from it. But anyway, um, this issue with CPS can be very, very, very bad. As I say, it starts with the investigation. And there where it goes, it sometimes gets out of hand because they contact family, friends, and relatives, and they may say something negative. The problem with when you have an active open CPS case, you're guilty until you're proven innocent. Anything else you're accused of, you're innocent till you're proven guilty. But in CPS, you're guilty until you're proven innocent. So CPS workers don't like people that are involved in CPS because they generalize that all people being accused of not protecting their children are guilty. And that's the sad part about it. That is a real sad part about it. Because, like with anything, you need a special tool. And that is an attorney named Vincent W. Davis. You can contact him at 1-800 6 excuse me 888 6582. That's the phone number. You can contact me. It's posted at the bottom of my screen. The bottom of my screen. Now, again, you can type in a comment or a question, and I will help answer it. This room is successful if you interact with me by posting comments. I know right now you can't call in, but you will be able to call in. You will be able to call in. So I applaud you for listening. And I am sorry for any background interference, but I'm trying to work in a private area and trying to do my job. That is to help you all with your child protection system. And so, with that being said, I'm here as another tool to help you with your questions. All you have to do is text me a question. Now, people are bouncing in and out of the room. I'm used to that. That's okay if you're not there. But unless I hear from you, I don't know what you want me to answer. I can only guess, and I do talk about things that can help you. I've already talked to the ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1979. There's a lot of acts that were recently passed in Congress that will help you with your CPS case. And it's really, really hard for you to go through for this. And I know that. It still bothers me 15 years later. I've not been the same since I've been involved in CPS. Now, one thing you can do is to get help right away. Now, to get an attorney will take some time. And I'd start with Vincent W. Davis. But you need someone that's trained and schooled in child protection, won cases. He's won cases. Not only has he gotten children back over the years, he's also done lawsuits where he's won money against CPS. He's not afraid to stand up for them. Most attorneys are afraid of CPS. They don't want to spend the time to go to battle because CPS is very manipulated. I don't know if you remember the story of Alice in Wonderland, but she fell in a rabbit hole in the garden. And she went to room and she met the Chester cat, who was very confusing. And that's what CPS is. You can't trust them. You can't believe a word that they say. And they've done me wrong here. They've done me wrong. Now I have 25 minutes past the hour. I have another 35 minutes to go with this live stream. Now, I am thinking of things that I can discuss with you, but I've yet to hear from you post a comment. So if you guys can phrase a comment, I will help you. I will help you. I'm trying to adjust my device so that you can see me so it does not move around. I'm trying to adjust it. Now, what I can do is tell you a little more about my story and how it went. There have been knocks to my door, and I've talked to the people outside at their car. I have had them in the house to inspect, and what they found, they could find nothing. So one day, they got the help of the local police agency to find me and bring me back to my house so they could do a legal search. You see, they got to have a warrant to a search of your home. And the warrant's got to be very specific. It's got to list what they can do and what they cannot do. And a warrant has the name of the persons involved, their address, and the warrant has also the names of the children and the accusations on it. It's also supposed to be signed by a judge with a wet signature, a legitimate wet signature. And that, if you happen to be outside, you can ask to see the warrant. If they try to show your phone as something they drafted, or they got an old crumpled paper that is weathered or got the date whited out, it's fake. It's fake. And what you can do is tell them very nicely that you want to meet with them, but you need time to contact your attorney. It's your constitutional and civil right to have representation all during the proceedings. This is a legal matter. You ask them right up front, is this a legal matter? If the answer is yes, then you tell them to um, show me the warrant. And then you can look at the warrant. Or you can tell them that when you have your attorney, you'll contact them and set a time to meet. And that meeting can be very good because maybe the attorney is good enough to help you. Now, most attorneys will charge a retainer, and the retainer can vary. I know, for example, in LA County is where Vincent Davis works out of. The minimum retainer is $5,000, but the retainer depends on the complexity of your case and how long the case has been going on. Yes, that's a lot of money, and most people don't have it. That's why you got to look into legal insurance. There's something called legal insurance that you can pay a subscription to and be protected if you get involved. You need to contact and get that legal insurance in place because you can have a DUI, a drunk under the intoxication of alcohol, or it could be substance. You're going to need an attorney. Otherwise, you're going to suffer the worst consequences because you're dealing with a government agency that you cannot believe that's truthful. And I'm sorry to tell you that. You think you can believe in government, it's very hard. Government right now is trying to correct a lot of the wrongs that have taken place. And they're ruffling a lot of feathers. But our government is trying its best. But you got to be careful of who you talk to in government and how it goes. You really got to be careful. So, anyway, you need to contact an attorney. His name is Vincent W. Davis, and he can be reached at 888-6582. That's 888-6582. That's shown on my screen. So copy that number down. That's very, very important. Also, there's a website that you can go to. And You just type in the word vincentwdavis.com and you'll get to the website. There's several websites that you can go to. Also, you can call the office. When you reach that office, make sure you tell them that Bob Pace sent you. Make sure you introduce them and say Bob Pace told to contact you, and tell the person who answers the phone that you have a CPS matter and want help on it. And when I get my number reinstated, you can call me and leave a message on Advantage. But it's got to be during my show times. Again, I'll be on at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 3 days, 7 days a week. That should be ample time for you to talk to me. So if your case is on Thursday, or you just found out today, or you're going to find out, there's time to talk. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. It's free to come on the show. It's free to ask questions, and I will help you. People on the show will tell you that I do stand and help them. All you need to do is contact David Halago, and he'll tell you how much I helped him. And he has his daughter back, which is unbelievable because it was a rough case for Vincent Davis. But he won the case. He won the case. And he'll win your case if you hire him. Now, he will go to other areas in the state of California and go out of state. He has done other cases, but there's more money involved. He has his transportation to get there. He has a hotel, his accommodations to stay there. He has his food to eat and a car rental to do. That's where the extra money comes in. He likes to help everybody. He does help a lot of people. He extends his help out to all areas. And I want to welcome the new person that came in the room, but now the new person left again. A lot of bouncing tonight. I don't know if these are new people that don't have a CPS case and saw this link and wanted to come on or not. I don't know. Again, it's 7:27, and I have about 33 minutes left of my show. 33 minutes left of my show. And I'd love to see a comment posted here that I can help you. But in order to help you, you got to talk to me. I want to thank the thumbs up that someone gave me. There was a thumbs up in this room, and I cannot view where it is. I need to. I need to know how to view it. I need to study SteamYard. A lot has changed on it. A lot has changed on it. Now, you have come into a room called Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and I'm here to help you with your case. Now, I have two people in the room, and welcome the two people in the room. I welcome you all. I ask you if you have a comment to post it. Type me a question, and I'll answer it. I can't talk to you on the phone yet because my phone has not been set up. It's supposed to be set up, but it's not set up. Um, The Child Protection Agency is a government agency handled by social services. It was started a while back in the 60s and is supposed to help protect our children. There's things they're supposed to go by. And now I've lost more people in the room. People are coming and going so fast, I don't know who they are. We've had one thumbs up, which is great. I appreciate that. But I need help from you guys to post a comment, to ask a question. That's all I ask you is to ask me a question. How can I help you? This is free advice about a very important subject called child protection system. It's found in every city, in every state around the United States and around the world. I've talked to over 33 countries besides the United States. I used to have a lady call in from South Africa, very sweet lady. And I hope to have her again because I want to know how her case is doing. But I've helped out hundreds of you guys with your CPS case. I've heard from you that have come back. They'll do all kinds of things, such as impede your medical care of your children. I had a family once that contacted me on the weekend, and they were forced to have their daughter do unnecessary surgery. They thought, and they thought they're medical experts, that the child had appendicitis. Instead, she has a stone in her gallbladder. But the parents are trying to seek extra help and they're forced to take the child. And so the child had her appendix removed, which she didn't have to. There are uses for the appendix. And anyway, when the appendix got removed, she still had the pain. So she came on my show. I told the parents to get a hold of an attorney to have them stop what they're doing. They now have a lawsuit against the Child Protection Agency for doing the damage they did to the daughter. What happened is the first medical person didn't do an x-ray. All they did was an MRI, and an MRI will not show gallstones. So that was sad. But I helped the parents, and they thanked me for that. Because with the attorney, they were able to fight it and get their daughter back and get out of that whole mess. They also have a civil lawsuit in the millions of dollars against the child protection system. But they're very wealthy and they don't have any scare against lawsuits. They have no credibility. They don't care. Now, I'm waiting for someone to come back in. I'm trying my best to talk, but it seems like no one's caught an interest to what I'm saying. So hopefully their CPS case is okay. It is okay. But getting started with talking about child protection system is a hard thing to do. Because it's an area that most people don't talk about. There's two types of reporters. They're the professional and the layperson. Now, the layperson could be your family members, your friend, the acquaintance at the store. A professional is a doctor, a nurse, a school teacher, a policeman, a fireman, anybody that's teachers, anybody that's been trained professionally with CPS. Now, CPS, they take a class and they're trained to know what to look for. They know what to look for. So these trained professionals sometimes make a mistake. In fact, only 50% of the time they're correct. The other 50% they're wrong. And lay people are 75% wrong. So there's a good chance that the allegations can be disproved. But if you don't know how to play your cards with the Child Protection Agency, you'll lose your children forever. And I'm sad to say that. But they take it. Why? It's a money making proposition for CPS. They get a lot of money for every child that they take in. In fact, each child is getting $20,000 from the government to that agency. You see, they have an unlimited amount of money that's spread from the national government to the state and then down to the counties. So the counties found it ludicrous to have hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I really want to know um, about your case. I want to help your case. But in order to do so, I need you to say something. And um, right now, I have nobody in the room, but I know people are bopping in and out. And maybe they haven't got a full understanding, or maybe they're not looking for CPS. But I have right now 19 minutes left of my show. So hopefully somebody out there is listening and will get this help. Also, the show is re-recorded. So it'll be playback at a later time. It'll be playback at a later time. Now they have an agency called DOGE, it's Department of Government Transparency. Or no, not transparency, government Department of Government. Um, well, they're trying to investigate our government because a lot of wasted spending is being made. And they have done a lot. They've saved millions of dollars of the government. They're finding all the time of government waste. And one of them is CPS. It's social services. I know for a fact that where I'm at in Orange County, California, that they're investigating social services there. Along with social services, they're investigating the child protection system. And I hope they also do the adult protective system because CPS and APS are two agencies supposed to look after our elders and look after our children, supposed to protect our children from abuse and neglect. Okay, we got some in the room. The person that's joined the room, if you have a question, please post a comment and I'll try to help you with your matter. I try to help you with your matter. Well, they left. I didn't mean to put them on the spot, but maybe they don't. Right now, as I say, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 rooms showing. So hopefully, people that are on Facebook or YouTube are finding me and able to listen, and I can help you with your child protection system matter. Now, that's what I call child protection system is CPS. It also can mean child protection services, but there's a lot of different names in a lot of different counties and states and around the world. So I use CPS to mean the child protection system. It's a government agency that's supposed to take care of our children when reported with abuse or neglect. Abuse or neglect. Now, my number that you can reach is 888-888-6582. Now, I cannot be reached on my phone line in Vonage because they just reactivated me. I'm still waiting to do so. So I can take people calling in besides posting a comment. Whew. Mm. Mm. Now, as I said, starting the show, I'll be on 3 times a day. One at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Another time is 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then my evening show at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do not know the names of the show, but this particular evening show is called Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children. So hopefully the names will be the same and that I can help you with your fight against the child protection system. Now I have an attorney. His name is Vincent W. Davis. He can be reached at 888-888-6582. Please tell the person that's answering the phone that you want help with CPS and speak to Mr. Davis. They'll tell you how you can do so. They'll tell you how you can do so. Now, I know that you may be in different parts of the country or the world, but I'm here. Anybody that has internet can find me, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, we have about 13 minutes left of the show, about 12 minutes. So the remainder of the time, I'll go over what I've covered. I've given you the time, and I've given you who the contact for help. I've given you the phone number. I've talked about the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1979. I've also talked about how CPS is structured and what not to do. There's very important things. First of all, rule number 1 is don't let them in your home. Don't answer the door. Contact an attorney right away. Call Vincent W. Davis at 888-888-6582. It will save your children. Be quiet in the home while the knocking's going on. Now, if you encounter them outside your home, delay talking to them further. Tell them you cannot speak if this is regarding a legal matter, that you want your attorney present. You have a right in our Constitution of the United States to have an attorney present at all legal proceedings. So establish with them this a legal matter. This is a legal matter. Now, being involved in CPS is not the end of the world, but you got to be heads up. You got to be careful. They will twist things and turn things around to hurt you. They will twist things around to hurt you. Okay. We now have 15 minutes left. If I had known what I know about CPS, I would never have my children stolen. So I've made myself a mental note about some rules. The first rule I mentioned is get an attorney. The second one is you need to create a notebook to keep track of everything. In that notebook, you need to put dividers to organize your material. And you got to start off with other things in there, like a log of what has taken place, a journal. It's a very simple one. You put the date and the time and who contacted you, phone or email or whatever. The people involved, of course, the time and incident of the involvement, and then what is being done, like how is it being handled? Is it resolved or it's still open? If you don't know, leave it blank and come back later. But you need to put this in a log. You can buy logs all the time and keep track of the information. You can also do it on a computer with a spreadsheet. But you need to have accurate documents. You'll receive documents regarding your treatment program or things you got to do. You got to put that in your notebook. You got to keep track of everything. When you complete a class, put the completion certificate in there. If you've done anything with anybody, you need to write down the notes and stuff so that you'll have that there. You need to put it all in one central location, a notebook. And it's very, very important that you have this notebook. A third thing you got to do is create what's called an incident log. That's where you define things in more detail. You put the date, the time, who was contacted, what phone number, what address. And then you got to put down in a sentence or less a short summary of what took place. Then after that, you need to put a short summary of how it was handled. If it's still open, you put open. If it was resolved, you put how it was resolved. And you do this with every incident when you open your case. And there'll be many, but you'll remember this a lot better a year from now or whenever the time is to what took place. And it'll help you recollect your knowledge about things. It'll help you a lot. It'll help you a lot. So the instant time log is very important document. That can go in your notebook. That can go in your notebook along with your court forms and your case plans and so forth. You don't want to sign anything and not be forced to sign something. If you don't like it or don't acknowledge, just say you don't acknowledge it. And it's very important you put it on the paper they're trying to have you sign because they'll try to twist it and say that you said okay. Having children is a very serious commitment. To lose your child is a very heartless damage done by evil people. Now, I'm not saying all people are evil, but the people I've talked to and over 2,500 people I've talked to, they have been. They have been. And so I'm glad that you found me tonight. I'm also going to be on again tomorrow at 8 a.m., 1 p.m., um, and 6 p.m. Those are all Pacific Standard Time. So remember, the East Coast is 3 hours ahead of me. England is 3 hours ahead of me. Europe and South Africa is 6 hours, 9 hours ahead of me. 9 hours ahead of me. Now, another rule, because I already told you one, hire attorney, two, create a notebook. Now, a third one is to get an attorney. Don't forget to get that attorney. It's got to be an experienced attorney who knows what they're doing. A lot of bad attorneys out there, and you'd be hustled for money you didn't want to spend on a bad attorney. What do you look for in an attorney? Well, you look for their experience and what they can do or not do. Also, you need to see their references. They should have at least 3 references. And you interview them and you ask them questions. You want to feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable with the attorney, you're not going to win your case. It's very, very, very important that you do so. Now, another rule is, as I say, don't let them enter the home. Don't speak to them. It's very important you follow these rules. It's very, very important. I know life is very short for you, and it's going to be a hard time for you. But I'm sure if you present a question and you post it, I can help. If you don't post a question, how can I not help you? Also, I'll have my phone connected and you'll be able to call in. Call in are really helpful because they tell their side of the story and we can help them in this room. People need to be helped because CPS is a very bad matter. And it's very, 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 very hard when you have a situation as this matter is. Now, I'm down to my time now is now 3 minutes left. So please don't panic. Listen to me 3 times a day. Also call my office for help. 888-888-6582. Speak to Vincent Davis for help. He will help you. He will help you. Don't give up. There is a solution to getting your children back. And people have told me or told others that I have helped them get their children back. I know I have. I've listened to their stories, not only from the United States, from around the world. Total of 33 countries I've spoken to. 33 countries. Now, I'm going to be on again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 a.m. in the morning. I know that's early. That is early. But I go to church in the morning. So that's one of the reasons why I do it early. I also want to reach the early morning group that gets up. I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And a lot of you have a concern or question. And tomorrow is Sunday and Monday is a regular work day. It'll be March 1st. And you may have a case that you wanted some help on or know on that, so forth. So don't forget the name Vincent W. Davis. He will help you. And he will get your children back. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. And he knows how to work CPS and get your children back. He's very more than fair. More than fair. So I want to thank you all for listening to me tonight. I reach out to your hearts that I'm here to help you. I care about every one of you. I never want you to go through what I went through, so I'm going to give you affordable every information I have about CPS. And I'm here for you. So in closing, I want to thank all of you that sent me thumbs up and other emojis. Also, I want to thank all that listened to me and attended my room. So with that being said, this is Bob Pace signing off. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bless you all.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in this.